Sometimes in life, you walk a path full of spikes and needles. There's fire all around you, and you don't know where you're going. This is the case and scenario for the team Mineski as they entered the Dota Asian Championships of 2018. They didn't know what the future was ahead of them, but the only thing they believed that held the team together like glue was their coach, Tang 71. In this episode, we explained with player analysis and quotations on why the coach, Tang 71, is the real MVP of Team Mineski and the real MVP of the DAC 2018. Here is Crystalis Dota. So the beginning, how did Coach Tang get into Mineski? Well, Coach Tang is a Chinese coach. He has coached many teams in the Chinese region. He decided to change up pace. So he hit up RTZ to join Evil Geniuses as their coach, but at the time they already had Boba, which by the way is a bad move. He also spoke to Zai and he tried to get in contact with Vega and other teams, but it didn't work. Basically, he just wanted to get out of China and join another team in another region.
Tang Wenyi, also known as 71, that the legendary coach of EHOME, yep, that villain-looking guy with a book featured in Free-to-Play. Prior to this one, he has already established himself to be one of the best coach, not only in Dota 2, but in Dota as a whole.
Finally, when really asked direct, why did you not want to stay in China anymore? He says, I really want to win this time. So, you can tell, Coach Tang was the catalyst of everything. He was the main reason. He was the pusher, the motivator of Team Mineski. Then, someone asks, why did you do push-ups? He says, there's nothing to it. I like to maintain fitness. And ever since DAC, I've been busy with interviews and events, so I just didn't get time to do it. So I just thought, hey, a few warm-up for the match. But the funny part is, as you see in this video, Tang didn't even know that the videos was recording him. And it's funny, Tang is very superstitious, meaning he believes in all kinds of myths and stories and what people say. So basically, he thought doing push-ups before matches was a sign. It was a sign from above that, hey, if I do this, I can win every tournament. My team will win. And I guess that was true, because DAC, you see this happening. Also, Mineski's coach, Tang, didn't just come out of nowhere. He actually spoke to other players, other captains, to learn from them. Before he participated in DAC, he actually spoke to Puppy. And Puppy told him, don't worry about running the organization, you're just a coach. And this is what he started to believe in. He said, just follow your heart. And because of that key suggestion by Puppy to Coach Tang, he remembered, he took it into a great detail. And he used that to motivate his own players. He went with his own instincts, his own heart.
Whenever you define who you are, you limit yourself to what you may potentially be. We give ourselves boundaries. Your true self is never shown to you externally. It comes from within.
So how did Mineski rise out of nowhere? They really were like at the slums of Southeast Asia. They were at the slums of Dota world. But how did they come into DAC, the biggest tournament of Chinese esports, and then win the whole thing in 2018? How did that happen? Well, Coach Tang says there was a couple of main reasons. One, teaching has to do with it. I taught the players a lot. Strategy, we came up with techniques to counter a certain team, to go against a certain player. He also says attitude, team attitude, how we look at a certain game, being positive. And then lastly, he says luck, I guess. It's because VP wasn't going to lose to anyone in the group. And that may be true because honestly, VP just won 2 majors in a row back-to-back, and they were looking undefeatable, and they were coming into DAC and going through the lower bracket with incredible momentum. Luckily, Mineski stayed at the upper bracket and were facing, other teams that weren't as dominant. So the attitude part is what the Coach Tang really did that made him the MVP of DAC. You see, he says that Mineski felt that they only can play against weaker teams. And against the top tier teams like LGD, against VP, they would not be able to win. Even Mushi said he didn't want to play anymore. Ice said that there is no improvement, so I want to take a rest. But Coach Tang says, I spoke to the team and somehow managed to pull them back together. Remember I said he was the glue? This is what he did. He managed to bring back Ice and Mushi back together. I want them to be strong mentally. So this is what he does. Coach Tang is able to motivate and give a positive attitude to the team. It's unlike any other coach. Do you think Coach Boba can do that for Evil Genius? Heck no. And this is a main reason why Mineski won DAC of 2018. Next, he says for strategy, we practice a lot of different strats. Coach Tang strategized a specific counter for Outworld Devour. You see, most Chinese teams love picking Outworld Devour. That's one of their go-to heroes. They'll pick it first 2 picks. And because of that, Coach Tang realized that, hey, LGD is probably going to be in the finals, and therefore we should practice countering it. Their key hero to counter OD was a Huskar pick. They even practiced with Secret a couple of games just to practice their Huskar plays. And then the last and one of the most final parts of this video is to show how did the Coach Tang get Mushi and Ice back. How did he really convince these 2 highly ranked, successful players to just try again? The coach says, it is my duty to use the players to their fullest potential. Listen to what he said. It is my duty to use the players to their fullest potential. That means that whatever your strength is, I should focus on that and try to enhance it, so the team can use that specific strength to overcome the obstacle, overcome the enemy. See, Ice was good at microwave, and therefore the coach decided to focus on his Pangolier plays. Then, somehow, because of that key moment, everyone else started to pitch in and come together. Jabs was talking about Dark Willow, and etc. Due to such intricacies and the coach listening to the players and using their strengths as a benefit, Ice and Mushi were able to make a comeback. With that being said, this is a story on why Mineski's coach Tang71 is the real MVP of DAC. Without him, they would not win the tournament. Without him, Ice and Mushi would not come back to Team Mineski. Until next time, this is Crystalis Dota out.